If you're a Pixel enthusiast, I'm really excited to finally share my full review and thoughts on what I would consider a much anticipated Pixel 9 Pro. It's like Google's decision makers finally said, you know what? We're gonna make a flagship device that feels like $1 million in our customers' hands. And they did just that. I'm going to be diving into what the 9 Pro brings to the table in this video. Keep in mind though that this is my secondary device. Essentially, it's like my home phone. For those of you out there that used to have a home phone landline where you'd have to run to the wall and talk to somebody, that's how I treat this device. But with that, it's like having a secondary device that you can carry with you around. Before we get into this review, let me address the Team Pixel situation that went down a while ago. After being quietly dropped from the program without any heads up, I'll admit I was a little bit frustrated. But recently, the Team Pixel team reached back out to me, bringing me back aboard quietly as well, and even sending me a Pixel 9 Pro XL in the porcelain color for review. And I just received that this week. However, this review is primarily based on my experiences with my personal Obsidian Pixel 9 Pro, which I bought myself. So this video is only partially supported by the Team Pixel program. If you're in the tech world, you've likely heard the noise around the Team Pixel program, especially after the Made by Google event. I had a figurative front row seat to that spectacle, but only from my couch. No invite, no hotel, no event access. Apparently, my Team Pixel status had lapsed without even a thanks, but like no thanks. So after that, I just decided to purchase the Obsidian Pixel 9 Pro, because this device really caught my attention and I really wanted to have it. Then came the infamous survey. I don't know if you've heard of it. The one that probed creators to dare mention other brands. Spoiler, I didn't get that survey either. It got messy online with big names weighing in. And Google's PR team then sent out an apology email to smooth things over. At least that's what I heard and what I've seen online. I've been a part of Team Pixel since its inception, and even though I missed out on the event and everything that went down, I want to acknowledge Google for bringing me back in. Better late than never, I guess. So thank you, hashtag Team Pixel, for including me again in this program and for sending me the porcelain Pixel 9 Pro XL. While the experience hasn't been without its bumps, I'm grateful to be a part of the team once again and more excited to see what is next and what's on the horizon. With that out of the way, I bought this Pixel 9 Pro with my own money. Team Pixel sent me this one. So now let's dive into the hardware. And yes, I know it feels like we say the same thing every year. More refined, more mature, better experience, yada yada. But this time it's not just a refinement, it's a full redesign that, in my opinion, is for the better, because these things feel fantastic in the hand. And that is probably the first experience or the first evaluation thing that people make when they consider purchasing a new phone. The Pixel 9 Pro is now being made in a size that I much prefer. The 6.3-inch display is beautiful. It's the secondary thing that you notice after picking up the device. The 9 Pro adds a compact size that is easy to handle. Now I don't have to make a sacrifice to get the full Pro experience for a bigger device, for those of you out there that don't like bigger devices like myself. The new shape of the Pixel 9 Pro gives it a heftier, brick-like presence. This design isn't just about the aesthetics, it also adds some practical benefits. The flat edges make the device feel more secure in your hand, providing extra stability and reducing the likelihood of you dropping it. The camera module also gets a redesign with a pill-shaped housing, making it much more prominent on the back of the device. Now the phone doesn't wobble when laid on a flat table. That's never really bothered me, but I know that's something that people consider. The phone's compact size means that this module can double as a handy grip for your forefinger when you're holding the phone. So when I mean that is like here, it adds to the stability of you holding it. For those of you that have medium to large size hands, I wouldn't say the same with the Pixel 9 XL. I still think this is a full two-handed device unless you have like gigantic freaking bow band hands. Shifting from the design to the rest of the hardware, the Pixel 9 Pro boasts a Super Actua display technology with the maximum brightness of 2000 nits for HDR content and a peak brightness of 3000 nits for that same HDR content. This makes it easily readable, even bright sunlight, outdoors as well. Indoors, the display's improvements become more apparent. In short, the Pixel 9 Pro display will not disappoint. It is always appreciated when they make improvements, especially to something that's so vitally important to the experience of your smartphone. The most striking striking change to the display is undoubtedly the larger cutout for the 42 megapixel front-facing camera. While I didn't mind it at first, my OCD kicked in and I started to focus on how low it sits on the screen, creating more of an awkward UI overlap when you're opening apps and stuff like that, where the camera kind of encroaches on the content. The upgrade to the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner to the Pixel 9 series is a notable improvement that hasn't received much attention. Since the Pixel 6, the fingerprint scanner has been a frequent source of minor frustration for me due to its inconsistency. Google, I think, has finally fixed it with this new scanner. In practice, the Pixel 9 Pro's ultrasonic scanner is not only faster, but it also significantly more accurate compared to its predecessor in my experience. It has a much smoother and less aggravating user experience. And when I say aggravating, it's not that big of a deal, but you do notice it when you're trying to move your thumb around to get it to match the fingerprint sensor. Moving on, let's talk about the Google Tensor G4 with Titan M2 security coprocessor and its upgrades. Google added this new vapor chamber for better cooling from what I read on the text sheet, but I don't have a way to officially test this. I'm just letting you know. In my usage, I've noticed that the Pixel 9 Pro doesn't get as warm as some of the past Pixels, which to me is a win in thermal performance and battery life preservation. One notable upgrade in the Pixel 9 series is the bump in RAM. It goes to 16 gigs from 12. However, it's worth noting that this extra RAM primarily benefits the AI task. So what's the bad? There has to be something, right? I mean, there has to be. Well, if I had to pick on something, I would say that after my experience using the Pixel 9 Pro, it would be the battery life, as it seems to be the Pixel 9 Pro's weakest link. Now, this doesn't carry over to the XL because I've only had the XL for a couple of days. I'm assuming that this does better because in passing time, like this drains much slower. So my experience here is directly pointed at the Pixel 9 Pro regular size. My testing is just my everyday use, you know, using the camera, YouTube video watching, sprinkled in with some social media surfing, all while keeping the screen brightness at close to maximum type of thing. But I don't use my everyday device that way, so I kind of put it at like a 60 or 70%. I consistently saw about 4.5, 5 hours of on-screen time. Occasionally, I'd have to use battery saver mode or recharge it before the end of the day. To be fair, I've been quite aggressive with keeping the screen brightness pretty high. That's why I'm optimistic to say that with the adaptive battery feature, getting through a full day should be more than achievable for most of you, if not all of you. But for now, I feel comfortable and confident in saying that if you use your phone like a barbarian with full blast, brightness and full volume and talking to everybody on it, well, people don't make phone calls anymore, but video chatting with people, then 5 hours is probably the best you'll get. But if you use it like a normal person that's not out there hammering on their device so much, you'll get through a day no problem on the regular Pixel 9 Pro. Let's talk about the artificial intelligence features this year. It's clear that many of them are now working smoothly behind the scenes, which is exactly how I think it should be. The best features do things that make your life easier without you even knowing that it did anything. Without tracking you. Pixel Screenshots is another AI-driven app that operates quietly in the background. It enhances screenshots to manage with features like efficient organization, search capabilities, because it's looking at the stuff within the screenshot, note-taking, grouping them into collections, and setting reminders. I'm still trying to figure out how to maximize this AI tool to its full potential without removing myself from the communication. It's just, you know, internal battle type of thing that I'm having, that I'm trying to figure out where AI fits in. I see it has a ton to offer to people. I just need to spend some more time rewiring my old brain to start using these things to improve my productivity while maintaining my character and my person. AI has the potential of totally replacing you, everybody, and it's just, that's the reality of it. As for Gemini, Google's new AI model that's central to many of the Pixel 9's new features, they do give you a free full year of that systems use. I think it's Gemini Advanced with the purchase of your new Pixel. So it's something that you could look at kind of implementing. You get a bunch of other stuff too. It's all a part of the Google One subscription service. I did test, like the photo merge feature, which combines multiple shots in the same moment in a single perfect image. Sometimes it's been handy in some instances, but I'd rather just ask a passerby to take a picture of everybody in the frame, because I mean, what is a photo, right? But it's there if you want to do stuff like that. Much more to uncover about Gemini's performance. I need more time to figure out what these types of tools will do for me and make my daily tasks better, but that's not for this video. Lastly, let's talk about the cameras of this device, an area that never fails to be one of the most important parts of any review of a smartphone, and for good reason. Pixels are historically known for their exceptional computational photography feature set. So how does the Pixel 9 Pro measure up? The new 48 megapixel main sensor is larger, allowing more light to enter and enhancing the low light performance and overall image clarity on anything you take. I've noticed great results in the details, even in tricky lighting situations. The ultra wide camera has also been upgraded to a 42 megapixel, providing a wider field of view and more consistent color across the lenses without a ton of distortion. The AI features like the best take, which combines multiple shots into everyone in a group of a photo that looks their best, also is quite impressive. But again, that's one of those things that do you want to do that? You can. It makes a better photo, but the character of a photo is the one family member that's looking over to the side or blinking. You know, that is what a photo is, in my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let's hop over to test some of this video. Here's the front-facing camera on the Google Pixel 9 Pro, not the Pro XL. This has speech enhancement enabled. One thing that I've really enjoyed about this smartphone is the brightness of its screen, because it makes it able, or it gives me the capability to film like this without any issue, because I can, you know, face the sun and still see myself pretty clearly, make sure that I'm within frame and anything like that. This is also a good opportunity for me to showcase, you know, the dynamic range on this sensor. I think it does a good job at like putting details everywhere within there. I'll pop into 1.4 because it gives you 2 different zoom ranges, and that gets real tight and yeah, welcome, and real comfortable with me on the camera. I don't really like that zoom range, but I more prefer the one. Anyway, this is a good opportunity to showcase the capability of the front-facing camera with speech enhancement on. I'm gonna hop over to the disable it and show you what I mean with the sound there. Here's the sample without the speech enhancement on. I'd rather prefer this because it's not like actively trying to suppress, you know, just random background noise, and I think the microphone is capable of picking up my voice anyway. I'm not in a loud environment, to say the least, so take it for what it's worth. I will say that there are so many feature sets within this camera's app that it would be like a 30-minute video if I were to talk about and showcase everything in there. So this is the front-facing camera, speech enhancement disabled, 4K 30 here as well. So let's hop over to the rear-facing camera now. Rear-facing camera with speech enhancement disabled. There's a lot of active stabilization going on here. This is the main sensor, and I think it does a really good job at, you know, portraying colors, detail in the shadows, going from, you know, super bright. Let me walk over here to show you how well it handles this dynamic range shift. So if we're like looking at the sun there, I go over to this shadowy area, it does a really good job at that transition and managing that and giving you or rendering a bunch of details within the leaves. At least I think so. Here's where the fun part comes in. Because the 1 and 2 time range zones are on the same, or the main sensor, it shifts and zooms in just fine, and it does a really good job at that. So that's 2 time. Zoom back out to 1. I'm gonna ask you to pay attention here. When I zoom out to 0.5, you'll see that it switches the sensor and the color shifts as well. You have to pay close attention there. So I'll go back into 1. See the color shift a little bit, and the sensor shifts, so you can see it actively shifting between them. So that's 1. Back out to 0.5. Color shifts. You can see that the recording shifts to a different sensor. I think Google could do a better job at, or even push out an update to fix that, because it's also very apparent when we go to the telephoto lens. So here goes into 1, 2, no shift there, same color, everything on the same sensor. So pay close attention when I zoom into 5. And you can see it shift. Color shifts a little bit. The telephoto sensor on this is really nice though. I wish they would take the color from this and apply it across all 3 sensors on the camera. And this is really balanced footage considering that I am filming handheld. Anyways, I just wanted to bring it to your attention that here is the telephoto. Back out to the main sensor at 2, zooming out to 1, going out to 0.5 for the ultra wide. There is that apparent shift between the lenses. So that is the rear facing camera with speech enhancement disabled.
and I think it's still a phenomenal camera. One additional item that they added this year is that now I can shoot 24p. Thank you, Google. I've been complaining about that for quite some time, and I'm glad that you finally added that creative capability with that frame rate and resolution. So that concludes it for the test of the front and rear facing cameras on the Google Pixel 9 Pro, not XL. Let me know what you think with a comment down below of this sample footage. I think it's great. There is some improvement still to be made, but all in all, I think it's an absolute beast of a camera.
I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm cognizant of y'all's time, and I appreciate you making it to this point in the video. So what are your thoughts? Generally, I'm really interested. It's all about the conversation when I make these types of videos, because I really appreciate everybody's feedback, because everybody has a different use case. And also, you can help other people with your comments and your experiences down there as well. I have really enjoyed using this Pixel 9 Pro. It fits fantastically in the hand. The premium build just sells me immediately, and I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that plus the screen compounded with the camera and the improvements to the video quality on this thing, it is the Android device to have, in my opinion, for me. I don't know if you're that type of person, because I know there's other options out there, or feature sets that are important to you that other manufacturers offer, but this device would be the one that I would switch to if I was switching to Pixel full-time from iPhone. Before I close, I want to disclose that I am a part of Team Pixel. They did not influence or drive this review at all. They're seeing this video the same time you are, and up until like a couple of days ago, I was not a Team Pixel member because I was dropped from the program, but a few days ago I've been re-added, and that's the result of this device. Thank you again, made by Google. I really appreciate you. If you're interested in pricing and availability, it'll be linked in the description. Some of those may be in my affiliate link, and that's a way for you to support content creation here on this channel. By you purchasing things through my affiliate links in the description, it helps with a little bit of commission coming back to me without costing you anything in addition. Well, that about does it for me in this one. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'm Tomas, and I'll catch you in the next one.